Side hustles often start as a way to earn extra income, but that's not always the driving force. What if you already had a high-flying corporate job that more than paid the bills, but you realised the career you'd built you no longer want? And what if you sensed an opportunity, but pursuing that meant putting it all on the line? Well, let's meet Australia's passionate perfumer, Craig Andrade. Craig.
Narelda,
Hi.
hello.
Oh, so lovely to meet you. Oh my goodness, the first thing I've noticed about the Raconteur is the smell. It's
Thank you.
delightful.
It is. This is why I don't wear fragrance, because I'm overwhelmed by it.
Really?
Yeah.
So when somebody steps in from off the street, how do you match a scent to their personality?
Yeah, well, I always start with questions and I say, what do you like? What are your favourite ingredients? Like sandalwood, for example. I would say,
Oh,
here's
I love
something
sandalwood.
prepared
How did
earlier.
you know?
Here we go. You want to try?
Yes, I'd love to.
So Bondi 5.
It's beautiful.
It's got some beautiful jasmine, there's some lime, some
I
sandalwood.
can smell that, yeah. So Craig, what makes the Raconteur so special?
Come upstairs and I'll tell you all about
Oh,
it.
yes.
Sure.
Oh, this is just gorgeous. Oh, we're lighting one.
We are lighting the candle.
Ooh. What came first, the candles or the perfume?
So I started by focusing on home fragrance as a category, but I actually literally just retired as a lawyer and the pandemic hit and I thought, well, let's get the candle range up because at least we can scent the home.
And it just really took off.
It took off.
So in 3 years, you've built to this moment, to this business. Incredible.
That's it.
I mean, we know the smells that we're familiar with, like roses,
Yeah.
jasmine, but to combine those scents into a perfume or a candle, what goes into that?
Well, it's pretty technical, and to be honest, that was part of the attraction. It's a bit of science, but then there's the romance of just creating something that doesn't exist. Thought, okay, let's work with things that are unique to Australia, and let's celebrate that.
Well, Craig, that candle is giving a beautiful aroma.
Thank you. Why don't we go cleanse the palate?
Sounds
Should we head
good.
outside?
Yes, please.
Let's go.
Craig, this is a long way from what you used to do. Can you give us a bit of insight what life was like as a high-flying corporate lawyer?
Sure. Well, I mean, look, I was very privileged to work in the legal industry, working in New York, London, South Africa, here. There are moments when it's pretty intense. You're doing 18-hour days, sometimes 24-hour days.
24-hour days?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not leaving the office till the deal is signed sometimes.
So how do you make the decision to step away from it all?
Well, it's called a midlife crisis. I mean, effectively questioning what am I doing and am I going to keep doing this for another 20 years? Part of what I did as a lawyer was assess businesses that my clients wanted to invest in. What is good, what is bad, where are the weaknesses, where are the strengths, and kind of looking at what makes for a solid business. I saw there was an enormous gap here because there aren't a lot of perfumers in Australia. And as a creative, it meant this was a fertile place to kind of step in and have a go.
So for someone looking to explore a side hustle, what would be your tips?
Look, I think the first thing is really prosecute the case for your motivations. I think it's the heart of what's going to get you through the tough times. So why are you doing this? Second thing probably would be talk to your friends, your family, your loved ones. Thirdly, spend quite a bit of time on understanding the competitive landscape.
Well, you've nailed your side hustle and you've nailed this cup of tea. In fact, have you thought of going into tea?
I haven't thought of tea, but there is something else.
Oh, really?
Keep you posted.
That's mysterious.
All right.
Can't wait to find out more.
Thanks, Emma.